on the next episode of Dared BlackHearts Spooky Club.
A devilishly smart shopper, she has turned her small shindig into a humongous Halloween party with costumes from superheroes to blood-curdling characters and a mountain of decorations. She transformed her entire family with 40% off all costumes and 2 for $5 fun-size candy. She found savings beyond belief.
I heard she got it all at a Kmart price.
They're smart, and there's Kmart smart.
Tonight at 8 on TV 13.
Well, hello, Gingles and Goblins, and welcome back to the channel. Get ready to put on your comfortable walking shoes, because today we're taking yet another trip down Halloween memory lane. What are we doing today? Well, I'm glad you asked. Today, we're going to revisit some of the stores that are no longer with us. That's right, stores that we all used to love during Halloween season, but now they're forever in our hearts and our minds, but they're buried in the past in the Halloween graveyard. So, what are the stores going to be? I guarantee you, there's a lot of them up here that you used to visit when you were a kid and you used to get your Halloween costumes from. So, that's exclusively what we're going to focus on in today's video. Halloween stores that are no longer with us. Which ones are they going to be? Well, you know the deal. There's only one way to find out, and of course, that's to join me, if you dare.
I got a black heart, it's a new start. Welcome to the Spooky Club. I got a black heart, it's a new start. Welcome to the Spooky Club. Take that! Join the Spooky Club.
Alright, so these stores are no longer with us, mainly because of poor business decisions, the rise of online shopping, stores like Walmart and Target taking dominance over other retail stores like Kmart, which is our first store that we're going to talk about here in today's video. Now, if you're like me, and I know many of you are, because the comments always full of everyone just like me sharing their memories of Kmart during Halloween season. Now, I thought for the longest time I was the only one that felt this way, but when I started mentioning Kmart and how it always reminded me of Halloween, I quickly realized I wasn't alone in my passion and memories for Halloween season and Kmart going hand in hand, like peanut butter and jelly, if you will. Now, I don't know what it is about this. I guess it's a time frame when Walmart and Target, and of course Amazon and online shopping, was not as dominant. But back in the 70s, back in the 80s, and back in the 90s, Kmart was a more intimate setting, and that's where we would all go with our parents to pick out Halloween decor like blow molds or die cuts, or our Halloween costumes for whatever we wanted to be that year. It's really amazing to me how Kmart is such a staple for so many of us during Halloween season. I mean, it's really funny. Every time Halloween rolls around, I instantly go back in my mind and think about how it was at Kmart back then.
We'll return after these messages.
Looking for this?
Come to Kmart for all your Halloween goodies. Hundreds of costumes, all 40% off. Frightful decorations, great candy. Halloween's totally cool at Kmart.
Ooh.
If you weren't a Kmart family, it's a good chance that you were probably a Woolworths family, because Woolworths at one point in time was one of the country's largest retail chains. Everyone would go there looking for essentials for the home, right to Halloween merchandise and everything in between. Now, I never had a Woolworths in my area, but I had plenty of other stores that were kind of similar that are no longer with us as well, and we'll touch base on those in just a minute. But Woolworths at one time was a Halloween headquarters, and they had everything you could think of, from Star Wars to Spider-Man to Wonder Woman, all the costumes and decorations that you could ever want for your Halloween season. So sound off in the comments below if you ever shopped at Woolworths during Halloween season. And which were you? Were you a Kmart family, or were you a Woolworths family? Or, in a particular area, you could have been both.
Happy Halloween from Kansas 24.
Everybody's heading for Woolworth and Woolco to get set for Halloween. There's costumes of TV favorites like Wonder Woman and the Hulk. There's popular characters from Star Wars, and there's superheroes like Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, and many more at bare bones prices, $2.38 to $4.17. And there's spook sticks, face pops, Hallowitches, wrapped candy of every kind, all at the favorite Halloween haunt, Woolworth and Woolco.
And obviously, if we're going to talk about Kmart and Woolworths, we have to talk about Hill's department store, because Hill's department store, much like Woolworths and Kmart, was a staple in American family shopping routines for many, many decades. And it was no exception when it came to Halloween. As you can see here with some of the old sales ads, Hill's was definitely right on board with spooky season. And not only spooky season, they were definitely a go-to for Christmas as well.
According to legend, little folk know Hill's is where the toys are.
Hill's Toy Layaway, just 10% down, a small service charge. Lays away toys, little and large. Hundreds of toys. Express layaway too. So layaway's even easier for you. Remember, Hill's Toy Layaway. One reason they're different and why they say
Hill's is where the toys are.
At low prices every day.
Next up, drugstores. We've got to talk about drugstores because drugstores used to be a stronghold for Halloween. If your parents went there to pick up anything from, last minute food items that they didn't want to go into the supermarket to get, or their prescription, whatever it was like a last minute stop, and it was a go-to place for you to get Halloween merchandise. It was such a huge thing that all these places used to send out sales flyers, and they would do commercials, and they had such a huge collection of Halloween merchandise back then. I mean, in the 1980s, going to a place like Rite Aid or Eckerd was as good as Spirit Halloween is to me in this day and age, because they had like 2 aisles full of Halloween merchandise. Now, the only stores we have like that are CVS and Walgreens, and while they still do Halloween, they really don't do it on the scale that they used to back in those decades. I'm going to tell you, Rite Aid was one of the absolute best.
Happy Halloween from Channel 13.
It's Halloween time again. Time for boobies.
Like Bitsy Spider and Folder Guide. Get one free with every total purchase of $15 or more. And get all 6 exclusively at Eckerd. Stop in. Save on great Halloween decorations. Like 140 bulb spooky lights or 20 bulb M&M lights. Plus the entire Fall Harvest collection. All this week only $8.88 each. Hurry in before these spooky characters disappear. It's right at Eckerd.
Now, while Toys R Us is still around to some extent in countries like Canada, and it has like a little section inside some Macy's, which, by the way, Macy's, from what I understand, is on the chopping block as well, and they could be going extinct into a dinosaur. So, sound off in the comments below if you've heard about the Macy's going out of business. I know a lot of them in my area definitely are, but I don't think Macy's ever really got on board with Halloween. They were more of a Christmas store, but Toys R Us was definitely on board with Halloween, and they went all out as well. Toys R Us was a go-to for Ben Cooper in Collegeville, and after that they still sold Halloween costumes and just about anything you could think of to make your Halloween a little bit brighter, and you could shop for cool toys while you were there, possibly spooky toys. By the way, I have a whole video dedicated to spooky Halloween themed toys on the channel, so if you haven't checked that out yet, be sure to check that out. But yes, Jeffrey Giraffe definitely was on board with Halloween.
For Halloween, Toys R Us doesn't miss a trick, and the prices are a treat. We've got costumes for all Toys R Us kids, even grown-ups, and loads of candy, makeup, masks, and more. Toys R Us will make your Halloween supernatural.
There's a few other stores. Some are still with us, but they're not the same as they used to be. One of these, much like Woolworths, was a go-to place that had a little of everything. Electronics, groceries, Halloween merchandise, all of that stuff. And they even had a little grill inside, at least they did in my area, and that was Rose's. Yes, Rose's at one time was not like it is now. Rose's now is more or less like a Big Lots is now because they're under the same umbrella of ownership, but at one time, Rose's stores were a staple for American shoppers because they were right up there with Kmart and Target, and they came strong every year with Halloween merchandise. As a matter of fact, Rose's in my area sat right across the street from Kmart, so if you didn't find what you were looking for at one store, you would literally just cross the street and go to the other, and it was a great time shopping with your family at Rose's and Kmart. Now, another store that we had here in the South is Ames. I don't know how many of you all remember Ames, but Ames was also a cool department store, and from what I heard, there was a rumor mill going around that Ames was going to bring back a few stores. From what I understand, I haven't seen any news of any new Ames stores opening up in my area. So if you have any Ames that recently reopened in your area, sound off in the comments below and let me know.
On a traditional Thanksgiving weekend, turkeys run for cover, marching bands march, and households across America tune into football. But this weekend, Ames has started a new tradition. The Ames Thanksgiving sale this Friday and Saturday. Save $7 on selected women's sweaters or Black & Decker housewares, $15.99 and up. The Ames Thanksgiving sale. Get there as fast as your legs can carry you. Ames, we grew up with better values.
So, that's just a look at some of the Halloween stores that are forever in our hearts and our minds. We can no longer physically visit, but we can always revisit them in our mind because the memories will live on forever. My personal favorite out of all of this, of course, is Kmart. So sound off in the comments below any of these triggered a memory for you from Halloween past, and let me know which one you enjoyed going to with your family back in the day. And I do all things Halloween related, retro related, spooky related here on the channel. So if you're new here and you like this type of content, how about slashing that subscribe button and joining the club, and also turning on that notification bell so you don't miss a moment of the spooky retro fun I have here on the channel. And until next time, I'll see you on the dark side.
Always there, waiting for us to enter, waiting to enter us. Until next time, try to enjoy the daylight.
Thank you for watching Channel 7. This is KGO TV, serving the Bay Area. This concludes our broadcast day.